Today we're going to talk about manufacturing for your very own miniature F1 car. So let's get started. You have designed your very own miniature car and you've saved it in a CAD file. Now the file that you need to send to us is a STL file. That way we can take your file and we convert it into one of these models that you see right here. So how does the process work? With all the different factors that influences the manufacturing, it is very important to make sure that your block is aligned correctly. So this is a typical balsa wood block that we use in the manufacturing process. Now these are being done away and we're going to get new composite blocks. But before we move to the composite block, let's have a look at this block. In the machine, when we manufacture your car, we will have an x-axis at the bottom, which should be about 223 millimeters. You will have your y-axis, which is to the width of your block, which is 52 millimeters. And then you will have your z-axis, which is the depth of your block. It's very important that when you manufacture your block, when you design your car, that you don't use the full 223 millimeters, but that you leave necessary space for the machine to grip onto the front of the block. So I'd always use 210 instead of 223 to make sure that you've got enough material to support the design of your car. Now in the past we've used balsa wood blocks for F1 in schools, and as you can see this is a balsa wood block. The impact of balsa wood blocks is that they would have a difference in weight when you manufacture your car. So to make sure that we start getting more consistency in terms of the designs, we are moving away to a composite block which looks like this. It's more consistent, the density is the same, and with each competition you get a sticker that you need to add to the competition to show that it has been designed with the Denford machine. Now that we know what the difference between the blocks are, this is a balsa wood block. So initially in the design that we've shown you, we are using a balsa wood block. So this is what your block looks like when we start off with. At the back you've got a hole for the canister, you've got a guideline for the tethering guide. So when we go to design the car, we insert a piece to hold it in the back, and then you've got the grip in the front, and then you find it in the machine. So this is where your car gets cut. Now we've got different cutting channels that we use, or cutting programs that we use to manufacture this. So to start off with, we use a raster rafting process to just cut away the majority of the material that gets in the way. Now as you can see, it's a very rough finish and there's a lot of finishing work that you need to do. But you can also opt to choose a better finishing process, which looks like this. This is also a raster rafting process, but with a waterline finish added to it, which gives it a lot smoother finish. In this model, you can see the design was insufficient and there was not enough strength to support the wing in the back. And in the manufacturing process, it broke off. On the model that we've got here, we took some sanding paper and we just took the rough edges off, and you can see the smooth finish that you can get if you use the correct manufacturing methods. As we mentioned before, it's very important that the block is aligned correctly into the machine and your design as well at the same time. So this is what the machine bed looks like. When we put the block into the machine, here we can see the x-axis on the bed there. You can see your y-axis running over there. And if we pick the block up, you can see your z-axis that goes with the router moving up and down. So once your car has been manufactured, you will be sent the model that has been cut along with a complete set of wheels, washers, screwlets and axles so that you can have a drivetrain for your car. Now obviously use better equipment like bearings or ceramic bearings or different 3D printed wheels, but this is the standard equipment that we give to you. So let's have a look at how it fits together. The standard F1 in school wheels are these that you should know by now. So with each car you would get 4 wheels and you'll get 2 axles. So first you'll take the axle and you'll put it into your wheel. Then you also get a set of washers. Now the washers needs to go between the wheel and the car's body, and you'll have a straw that you can cut to length to make sure that you space it equally between the wheel and the car. So then you'll have your washers, you'll have your piece of straw, you'll have another pair of washers, and you'll put your other wheel on. And that way you've got your first wheel and axle set. So you need to do that for the back and the front of your car. In conclusion, it is very important that you need to follow the correct manufacturing guidelines. You can find these guidelines on our website at www.sangari.co.za. This is typically one of the CNC manufacturing guidelines if you want to learn more, but all of the experiences and the details about your design for your car is on the website. So please make sure that you follow them before you submit your car for the design and the manufacturing process.